Good Saturday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and this is your outlook for June 21st, 2014. And today is the first official day of summer according to the calendar. Of course, meteorological summer started for the meteorologists back here on June 1st, but we will have the official calendar start to summer today, ringing in at 6:51 a.m. this morning. Now we are going to have an area of low pressure that was very weak. Start up here in the Great Lakes, is going to move down to the southeast here. Last couple days has been a real battle with this system. This is one of those little pesky systems, and it seems like the pesky systems give us the most forecasting trouble. And this was not disappointing by any means in that department. We're trying to figure out what parts of our area would get into this precipitation on Saturday. Even if, although it's light, it's enough that it would disrupt some outdoor activity. So we've been trying to narrow that down. And the last couple days, I've been favoring the areas to the southwest for getting into this action here of just some light shower activity, and I think that's going to maintain here. The European model has kind of led the way on this whole idea here that the precipitation was going to be further down in the southwest and areas of the northeast would stay dry, and that seems like it's going to end up being the case, but it's not a total lock yet, so we don't want to jump the gun and say, these areas up here like in the Lehigh Valley up to, I think up to Scranton you're good. Scranton, northern New Jersey, places like that are fine. The questionable areas are between State College down to the Lehigh Valley, Reading area, down to Philadelphia, into central and even parts of South Jersey, where we're not really sure how far north this gets. So I'll have to keep an eye on that tomorrow, keep an eye on this on Saturday, and see what happens with this as we look at the radar here. Let's go over to another vantage point. This is one I don't usually use. This is the Canadian model here. And this is the short-range RGEM. Now, this is a model that just runs to 48 hours here. I'm sorry, no, this is the actual Canadian run here. But this is the first 48 hours of it, which is the RGEM. So, taking a look at that, the reason I'm showing you this is where it's showing the cutoff, the furthest northeast extent, and it's zoomed into our coverage area, as you can see. And I think this has the right idea here. I think this is the furthest northeast the showers get, right, the top. Where the top edge is here, so that would keep the precipitation out of the Lehigh Valley. Of course, Allentown's right here, Scranton is right about here, and Wilkes-Barre is right about here. So you're not getting any precipitation there whatsoever. But you see State College, some light showers up in here in this area, and I think that could sneak up in that area also. And in Philadelphia, you might get a passing shower. That's right where this line is here. But that's the furthest northeast it goes, maybe into South Jersey, and eventually this mess will move down into Delaware, so Delaware will get into the precipitation eventually. But I think this is mainly confined to areas to the southwest here. So this is areas like Harrisburg right here, York right about here, of course, Chambersburg's right out here. So these are areas in our western parts of our coverage area that will be affected by this. Probably getting over to Lebanon right here, and down into Chester County. It's hard to see right here. Chester County is kind of sitting right like this. And so that's probably the furthest it gets. The only concern I have with this, even though it's not raining up in these areas here, a lot of forecasts are going for partly cloudy the whole day, and it's going to be a little bit deceiving. I think you're going to have, at least up in this area here where I'm circling to the north of this precipitation, you're still going to have a time where you're going to have some of that thick stratocumulus clouds move in here, because you're going to have cold air infecting basically from the northeast here. And because that cold air is defecting southward, and because of an upper level energy over New England here, is going to send these winds down here to the south here. So that's cold air advection overriding warm air at the surface. You might have some of those stratocumulus form here, and you might have a mostly cloudy day for at least part of the day here. So it's not going to be a totally bright sunny day here. Don't get the wrong idea. It might not rain, and you might escape the showers, but you still might have some clouds around here in this area here. So we kept partly sunny in here, but that's for just parts of the day. This is not a totally cloudless day or anything like that by any stretch of the imagination. So we'll keep an eye on that on Saturday as well. And then we're going to go over to the GFS now, take a look at the rest of the week. Here's Sunday. Once the system moves down to the south here, we got nothing but a very nice day here on Sunday. The same thing's going to continue here. Here's a Sunday, and here's a look at Monday. Really no change here. Not looking at any showing some very light precipitation here, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think we're dealing with anything Monday. And then we get into Tuesday, we're going to get more into an isolated shower or thunderstorm chance here, and this is going to be very late if this does happen. I will say that this being the GFS is a little slower with it, which is a little odd, but the European model brings it over a little bit further to the east, so we do have an isolated shower or thunderstorm in the forecast here for Tuesday, but of course most of the day is rain-free. This would just favor our western areas where the best isentropic lift is going to be taking place. So you could have a pop-up storm out here in the extreme western areas here on Tuesday, and that would be later in the day if that did happen. And as we get into Wednesday, we're going to get into more concentrated showers and storms. It looks like along that frontal boundaries is a cold front that's moving through in association with an area of low pressure that the GFS has right about here. European model has a little bit further north than that, is not impressed with this precipitation moving through here on Wednesday. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see how that plays out too, but we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. We're getting at the maximum part of our forecast range here. And one more day here is Thursday, and just maybe a leftover shower or thunderstorm here over in the eastern areas. But otherwise, it should remain partly cloudy, so just an isolated chance on Thursday. So heading to the end of the next week here, again, same idea, just an isolated shower or thunderstorm as we get into your day on Friday. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and then as your outlook for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, June 21st and 22nd, 2014. Have a great weekend and happy summer.